Hello, I'm a guy that's been having fun talking about 80s music, and today I want to talk about a song that I really like called Runaway. It's done by a band called Slade, Slade, Slade. I remember some people thought they were called Slave with a V. No, with a D. And now some people may not remember this song because I don't think it ever became like a real big hit. It was a top 40 song back in the summer of 1984, and it was a rock song with a fiddle on it, like an Irish sounding fiddle. It had a guitar that went na 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 na, and then the fiddle went nee 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 nee. Yeah. So yeah, if a person really likes rock music that has fiddle in it, yeah, this would be a good one to listen to, along with some John Mellencamp songs and "Come On, Eileen." Yeah, it had a video of the band playing outside an old European castle, and along with a marching bagpipe band. And oh man, this song was my introduction to Slade, who I would learn to like many years later, especially at Christmas time. Yeah, I got to listen to Slade sing "Merry Christmas, Everybody" every Christmas season, and yeah, so here it is. Merry Christmas. Everybody's having fun. Look to the future now. Yeah, Runaway was probably the first time a lot of Americans had ever heard of Slade. They were actually a big band in the UK. For a while, they were one of the biggest bands in England there in the early 70s. I mean, they had song after song that was popular. But for some reason, they just weren't well known in America. I don't know why that is. Now, we in America, us 80s kids anyways, we heard some Slade songs. We just didn't hear a Slade playing them. We heard Quiet Riot playing them. So, Quiet Riot had that song, "Come On, Feel the Noise, Girls Rock Your Boys." Yeah, that was originally a Slade song. And then Quiet Riot also did Mama, We're All Crazy Now. We're All Crazy. Yeah, that was also a Slade song. Uh, yeah, so why did American radio suddenly start playing a Slade song when they've been ignoring them for all these years? I don't know. Maybe Quiet Riot helped introduce the band to Americans a little bit. That's possible. But I think MTV had a lot to do with it too, because Slade made a video. They made this good and fun video that maybe some people at MTV said, yeah, our viewers would really like this. This looks good. And it was good, and so finally Americans got to see the greatness that was Slade. Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the reasons I got into the song at first, was because of the video, watching Friday night videos, and it was fun, it had Noddy Holder acting all silly and stuff, wearing his Billy Jack hat. Whatever that was all about. And yeah, that was his name, Noddy Holder. He was, he had this voice that was all high pitched and screechy and stuff. Maybe sounded like a drunk Scotch man screaming, I guess. But he sounded good when he did it, though. He sounded fun when he did it. I think he had a lot of influence on, the rock bands that would come out later on, like maybe even AC/DC. Bon Scott may have been a fan, because Bon Scott's singing was similar to what Noddy Holder was doing. Except, Bon Scott sounded like he wanted to beat me up, and Noddy sounded like he wanted me to have fun. Yeah, in fact, after Bon Scott passed away, the group invited Holder to sing for them. But, of course, he turned it down. He wanted to stick with Slade. And I also wondered, just watching him, his little performances there in the 70s, I had to wonder if Bruce Springsteen wasn't a fan too, if he at least watched Slade perform a couple of times, because I just see that showmanship, that rock and roll showmanship that Noddy had, that maybe Bruce learned a thing or two from. But yeah, the bass player was cool too. His name was Jim Lee, and he's the guy who played the fiddle on Runaway. It's funny, though, to watch him play the bass guitar, because he plays his bass in a way that it looks like he's playing a regular guitar, like you can see it in the Runaway videos. Like, hey, why is that bass player pretending he's playing a guitar? I guess that's the way he actually played it. I don't know. But yeah, I remember liking this song. It was the summer of '84. I remember it well because a lot of good music came out in the summer of '84. Not only was it a good title for a scary movie, it was a real time with great music. And I had this song on a blank tape that I recorded from the radio, probably from Casey Kasem, America's Top 40. Because, Casey Kasem would announce what song he was going to play, the number 37 song is. And so, I was able to prepare to tape it. Like I had my finger on the red record button, ready for it. Yeah, for a song that I liked. I was the fastest finger in the West, man. I could get the beginning of that song. Yeah. I had that tape. I had this song on the same tape that also had a song from Styx called Music Time. Another great fun song that I think most people don't remember. And, Styx, Music Time, and Slade, Runaway, kind of similar songs, maybe even similar videos. Also, that tape had Billy Idol's Eyes Without a Face, still one of my favorite '80s songs. And it also had the Icicle Works, A Whisper to a Scream on it, too. Yeah, that was a good tape with some good songs on it. But guess what happened? It got eaten up. Ah, yeah, and it was unfixable too. I think I cried. Anyway, yeah, this has just been me having some fun and remembering some good songs from the '80s. And I can sit here and talk about '80s music and Slade all day long, I think, but I really need to go do something productive, huh? See, chameleon lying there in the sun.